All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dalar's Tactics. We're doing it by popular request. I'm finally getting around to do my deep dive on Iweret, the ferret. Why? Because I just got mine 2 weeks ago when I was on vacation. And I don't like to make a video about a hero that I don't have, that I haven't tinkered around with, that I haven't played with. I could have made a video just going over my guesses, but I kind of want to show gameplay off, and two, I feel like it's a disservice to you if I'm not actually playing with something that's in my hands when I'm talking about it. All right, so let's jump into him or her. I'm gonna screw that up throughout this whole thing. So they did say it is a she. You know, cool braid. Okay, I wear it. Let's start with the passives. So, because the passives carry over to all the relics, right? So, passive number 1, Power of a Dead God. That sounds like a wicked metal band, right? When attacking, 100% chance to gain, to give, or to grant, I should say, each Serpent's Favor ally crit rate increase 2 for 2 turns. So, crit rate increase 2, that's 40% crit rate. Now, keep in mind the cooldowns. So, she gets it, as well as her allies, she gets it for 2 turns, but it's got a cooldown of 4, meaning that, and I can take this down to 3 with one more, meaning that it's going to fall off for me. I'm going to lose that crit rate for 2 turns, and then once it's maxed, I'm going to lose it for 1 turn. So there's going to be a moment in the battle when you're not going to have that 40% crit rate. But with the ice and the fire relics, you can make up for that gap. But keep that in mind, just when attacking on a cooldown, 40% crit rate. Passive number 2, Black Magic Distortion, because it's a black mage, I'm assuming. By the horns, I would say they are pretty metal. After using a skill, so you can do this 8 times on a 5-turn cooldown. Now, this does get drastically reduced by the Chivalries, unless I'm remembering improperly. I think this can go down to a 1-turn cooldown. So, after using a skill, she's basically going to have Black Magic Wrath up for the, yes, the whole battle. Because you see that she gets it for 2 turns, and I think this goes down to a 1-turn cooldown. So, unless it's a really, 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 really long fight, you're pretty much going to have Black Magic Wrath for the entire time. And that's an extra 30% crit rate and 20% hit accuracy. So, almost a hit accuracy orb. And I guess I should read the second part. 100% chance to charge attack gauge by 50%. So, Iweret doesn't need a whole lot of speed. I don't like to build my damage dealers with a whole lot of speed anyway. I want them hitting like a Mack truck. So I don't really build them for a whole lot of speed, and that'll be reflected when we look at the gear. But keep that in mind. I think this is Chivalry 3 or 4. It is definitely not 8. So I think it's actually, she's only got 3 effect Chivalries, so it's either 3 or 4. And then the last passive, Black Magic Overload. So when attacking with Black Magic Wrath, remember that's kind of going to be dependent on the P2, which is kind of dependent on your Chivalries. So just do keep that in mind. 100% chance to charge attack gauge by 100%. Remember that she's already charging her attack gauge by 50%. And then 100% chance to prepare Black Magic Tracking. So this is when you see your Iweret do an attack, and then she'll get Black Magic Wrath, she'll come around, she'll do it again, right? Because she gives herself, if you got to read this in an order of operations, after using a skill, she gains Black Magic Wrath for 2 turns. So she's going to get this Black Magic Tracking. That can be upgraded to something better. But what is that? Attack 1 enemy, 55 for 55% of attack, and then do that AoE for 100% of attack. If the last hit strikes a target with 3 or more marks, each mark has is basically a 100% chance to explode, right? All mark on target explode, inflicting damage. Now, this last part with hitting the marks, in the dragon in Yaskelheim, if you pair her with someone like Sigrun or I think his name is the shark guy. I can't remember his name. This guy right there. It's like Bobeer or whatever. If you pair her with them, then there's a higher chance you're going to explode those marks. Okay, so that's the passives. Now, I kind of want to go right into the chivalries while we're here, because you saw that P3 is dependent on P2, which is dependent on your chivalries. So let's talk about the chivalries. All right, C1. This is where, at the start of battle, just at the start of battle, 100% chance to gain Black Magic Wrath for 1 turn. Okay, so that explains this. So you see, after using a skill, gain Black Magic Wrath. So, and then this one is when attacking while you have it. So if you have that C1, you're immediately going to have Black Magic Wrath at the start of battle, and then you are going to get that 100% attack gauge. So right back up, and then you're going to do the single target and the AoE. Okay, so that's all on her Chivalry 1. Chivalry 2 is just attack, which is good. And here it is. It is Chivalry 3, not 4. So Power of the Dead God. This is her P1. This is the metal one. Skill enhancement and additional effects. So reduce the skill cooldown by 1. Let's go back and we'll talk about that. So this can go down to 3. This can go down to 2. So once you get her to C3, she is perpetually going to have this 40% crit rate. Effectively, at that point, you can almost skip putting crit rate on her gear, although it does fall off. Well, no, it won't fall off, because have it for 2 turns, 2-turn cooldown. So you'll have 40% crit rate at all times, but keep in mind her relics also give crit rate, another 40%. So that's 80% crit rate. All base 40 just from her kit. And then this is only for 1 turn though, right? And you're going to be wanting to prioritize the S3. So given the fact that you're always going to have 40% crit rate, that'll dictate what we want for crit rate on her gear. So let's go back to that C3. Skill cooldown by 1 turn, which takes it down to a 2-turn cooldown. And then 100% independent chance to grant each Serpent's Favor ally effect accuracy increase 1 for 2 turns. That'll be good for people like Ceres, who scales her attack off of effect accuracy. That'll be really good for people like Morgan, who needs that effect accuracy to land her debuffs, strip turn meter, all her bad stuff, CC, all the bad stuff for 2 turns. Okay. And remember, though, that this is also a 2-turn cooldown, so your Serpent's Favor allies are pretty much going to have this the entire time. Crit rate, there's some more crit rate, so you're going to have 40% base from the P1 after you get P3 all the time. There's 50% attack and attack speed because she's Serpent, attack, defense, and then this one, the C8, which is the Big Daddy. So this is her P3. Black Magic Overload Skill Enhancement. So this is Black Magic Tracking. That's what you have when you start. Attack 1 enemy, 55% attack. Attack all enemies, 100% attack. And then you got that mark Explosion if there's 3 or more marks. Now, if you get her up to C8, she's going to have Black Magic Annihilation instead of Tracking. So you're still going to attack 1 enemy, but you're doing almost double the damage. And then you're going to attack all enemies for 120 versus 100. So the AoE is not as enhanced, but the single target is almost doubled. And then the last hit inflicts additional damage 1 time for each mark on the target. So you're losing the mark Explosion. The marks are going to stay up. But now you're just stacking additional damage up to 4 times. So that would be what? 30 times 4 is 120 plus 20. So 140% extra. Possibly up to 140% damage based on attack. Or of attack. Okay? Simple. Capiche. Good enough. So basically damage. And then we got more crit rate. No, I thought there was more crit rate on here, but there isn't. There's more attack speed. So keep in mind this. So base 40, and then you're going to get 10. Okay? Now let's talk about the relics, because the relics matter. So the Fire Relic, well, let's talk about the Ice Relic first. The Ice Relic is what she comes in, right? You might be watching this in a week's time, and the event will be gone, and you can't get the Fire Relic, which is really unfortunate for you. Like, that is, like, superbly unfortunate if you're starting this game and watch this video a week after I've published this video. Because then you're going to be stuck with the Ice Relic, which is fine. You see, I do have mine. I do have the main one, 5 for 5. So this is the big attack. It is attack one enemy 3 times for 300% of attack. Deals additional damage if the target had mark. So you're just going to wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Now, you can get some extra crit rate from the S2. You kind of want to spam the S2 as well. Because then you're going to have, that 50 base at C4 of crit rate. And then if you have this and you go back and forth between the S2 and the S3, you almost don't have to put any crit rate on her. But I find that there are fights where you want to use the S2. So 100% chance to gain crit strike damage, 2 for 2 turns. That's really big. That's 40% crit damage, 40% crit rate, and effect accuracy 2, meaning she's going to inflict her marks that much easier because you see right down here, 100% independent chance to inflict a mark on each enemy for 1 turn. So keep in mind, for the Frost Relic, S3 is a single target damage dealer, and the S2 does no damage but buffs her attack skills. And then attack one enemy 1 time, a little bit of damage, blah, 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 blah. So the S1, not really matter. Now let's talk about fire. Okay. If you've been playing the game for a little while now, if you have been playing the Charlotte event dungeon, then you have this puppy, which, in my opinion, is pretty damn good. Much better than Frost, in my opinion, although Frost does have its place. So check this out. On Frost, it is not a single target damage dealer. It is an AoE, nothing crazy. So 123 plus 15, that's 138. And then if the target has mark, additional 75%. Versus, so what was that, 138 versus a lot more. So, fire, AoE, ice, single target, right? But that's expensive. Now, fire S2, attack one enemy 3 times for 180% attack. That sounds damn good. And if the first hit is a crit strike, then you're going to gain this crit strike damage increase 3. Massive. That is huge. What is that? 80% crit rate or crit damage? That's big. And then 100% chance to gain crit rate increase 2 for 1 turn, much like the Frost. Did the Frost also have that much? No, it was crit strike damage 2. So you're getting way more crit damage using the S2 on the fire. 100% chance to gain crit rate increase 2 for 1 turn, and 100% chance for the last hit to inflict mark on 3 turns. But not on all enemies. You see how that's working? You're going to inflict less marks with the fire than the ice. And then this one's the same thing. Attack 1 enemy and 1 random enemy. And 100% chance for the last hit to inflict mark. Okay, for posterity's sake and completionist sake, let's just look at the wind real quick. I don't have the wind, haven't looked at the wind, so we're going to look at this together. Attack all enemies, so it is, again, an AoE. It's going to be hitting a lot harder. I can already do the math. So this is what? This is 60%, and then this goes up to 75. So this is going to be 168 versus fire's 138. So the wind AoE S3 does hit harder. Just big old harder. So the wind's actually not too bad too. Wind's not too bad, especially if you're going up against like an AoE Frost boss. Although then the S2 on the wind is not an attack. It is much like the Frost. Crit strike damage 2, crit rate increase 2, effect accuracy 2, 100% chance to inflict mark on each enemy unit. So the Frost and the Wind S2 are pretty much exactly the same. They're non-attacking abilities, Whereas the fire, it's all attack. It's all attack. Okay, so that's all the relics. That's the passives. That's the chivalries. Now let's try the gear. Remember though, remember the 5th of November. I can't remember the rest. remember that at C4, just from the P1, when it's maxed, and the C4, you're going to have a base 50% crit rate before you even start looking at your gear. So my Iweret currently has 50% crit rate. So just from the P1, and if I get her to C4, I'm going to have almost 100% crit rate. So when I use the S2 on any of the relics, I'm going to be 50% overcapped on crit. So keep that in mind. I would say that you don't need this much crit rate, but it also depends on how you play your Iweret. If you're using the S2 and you're keeping your crit rate up, then go ahead. But say something like PvP, you're pretty much going to be spamming the S3, right? So you're going to have it set to S3 because it's the huge attack on the frost, and it's the big old AoE attack on the wind and the fire. So if you have 50% crit rate from the gear, then you can kind of just ignore using the S2 at all, but then you're going to be foregoing inflicting marks, and you're going to be foregoing that crit strike damage up increase. So if you go for 50%, cool. If not, then maybe go for more crit damage. Okay? Depends on how you play her. So lots and lots of attack. And then see, mine is dirt slow, so you don't really have to worry about speed. Crit rate, 50 maximum. Let's just say that. 50% maximum crit rate from gear, and then put all the rest into crit damage. Okay, so on the neck, it's no surprise, attack percentage. And then I even have attack percentage on my earrings. And then I have attack percentage on my ring. I've got attack on my belt. You see how this is going? I got a little bit of hit accuracy on the orb. You don't really need speed. And then I got good old Pierce from the Reavers. Let me know if you get that reference. I got Pierce on the banner. Pierce does win out. And you want a strife set. So all three of these are strife, meaning if you kill somebody, you get a free turn, you go again. Okay, so you see that I have him currently, or her currently equipped out in an attack set and a crit set. There are other ways you can gear your Iweret. You can mix and match crit and damage sets. Like really, you could go something. Oh, let's not do this. Let's go. You could do something like that. Let's see. I don't have any attack sets, but let's go attack. Boom. No attack. No attack. I got one there. So you could do something like this. Damage. There's crit rate on there. We don't really want it. Okay, let's take it. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Attack. Okay, no crit damage. Let's do it. And then we're going to go with crit and attack. Okay. Who's got the best one? We'll just steal you. That's a 5-star. And we'll steal you. That's a 5-star. Okay. So you could go something like this. But you see down here in the stats, I'm losing 800 attack. I'm gaining 30% crit damage. And I'm even more overcapped now on crit rate. But is this better? Well, then you're going to have to test that out to see which one's going to do more damage output. There was even a world where you might want to consider doing this. Where is it? Get rid of that. There was even a world where you would want to maybe consider doing this. Attack. Nope. Okay, let's go. Which one? Attack. Yes. And yes. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go crit rate and attack. So we're going to do this again. Do we need crit rate? Yeah, I don't have the crit damage. There we go. Okay. This is also an option. This is an option. So an ascension set and a crit rate set. You see that I'm just pushing over that 50% crit rate. But look at my attack. 6,000. 6,000. My crit damage is roughly the same. My effect resistance goes up. My effect accuracy goes down. This is also an option for Iweret, right? You're going to be able to hit that much harder on the opening salvo, which could be very beneficial in something like PvP. If you want to just nuke them off the beginning and you're not too worried about that taking that extra 10% damage. So I would recommend 3 different ways to gear your Iweret. I would keep the main stats all the same on all your pieces, but you could go 2 crit, 1 crit set, 1 attack set. You can go 1 crit set, 1 ascension set. You can go 1 crit set, 2 damage sets, right? Play around with it, see how it goes. I'm not going to test that in this video. That might be another video idea down the line. Okay? So for substats, obviously, again, you don't need a whole lot of crit rate, but you see I got crit rate, crit damage, crit rate. I think every piece is probably going to have crit rate. Nope, there's crit damage. No, missing it all there. More crit rate. And then there's crit damage. So what you would want to prioritize for probably is attack percentage. And then obviously get your crit rate no higher than 50%. And then crit damage. And then maybe a little hit accuracy. And then some just flat attack. That's kind of how you want to go for substats across all your gear. Capiche? Yeah, no, it's not that complicated. It feels like it. You know, the kit's a little janky, which is why I think people originally, when we first got Iweret, were a little bit on the fence with her. You know, because, you know, you want S2, but, you know, if you have it set, then you're always going to S2. You want S2, then S3, and then you want all the marks and blah, 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 blah. And, oh, her gear is kind of weird, and then her crit rate's kind of weird. You'll get it. So I hope that made sense. It felt like it was like pudding coming out of my brain, or going in my brain, coming out of my mouth. So now let's go show off where she's good. Where she's good. And there are a lot of places. A lot of places. So let's see. So we're just going to do this. We're going to put Iweret in there. Now, my Iweret is only C1, meaning she's not going to have that big oomph to burn through people like my Wind Ain did. But PvP is really, really good. You can run her in Frost as well. Frost works. Remember, that's single target, though, versus the AoE. But let's just try. I can't promise that I'm going to nuke them like my Ain does. But this is kind of this is a typical kind of setup of how you would want to construct a PvP team. You notice how they're all Serpent's allies. I'm running the series lead. Don't judge me on my series speed. I'm trying to get my Nika up to C4. All right, so how's this gonna go? Okay, so Nika goes. Oh, there we go. Let's just put on auto. Is she gonna C3? Yeah, boom. But you see, not enough to nuke him down. And there's that follow-up attack, but then Ain just comes and levels us, right? So this is a loss. That's a loss. Let's try the Ice Relic. Now, keep in mind, though, had I been... Let's try the same team. Had I been beefed up C10, I have gone against teams that just mow me out with that AoE attack. But let's try the Ice Relic since I do have the S3 max. Let's make sure it is on. There we go. Actually, let's go. Yeah, let's go like that. And here we go. Let's just see how it goes. I'm not showing them off that well, but I'm in, you know, I'm up there. So let's see. Can we kill that Anya? No, we cannot. Oh, Look at that. We did. Okay. So, again, it was just by the skin of my teeth. Actually, let's kill Merlin first so that he's not reviving. By the skin of my teeth did I kill her. And now we're all frozen. So I wouldn't run Iweret. If you're like me and you're up in like Master 1, I wouldn't be running your Iweret on this team at that low of chivalry. Can we actually win? Yes. I'm not taking it off auto because I'm also want to give you guys like an indication of how this would play out on defense. So we got her. And the problem is my Nika's only C3. So, you know, I'm not getting the vigor generation. Oh, and there we just used and then we're all dead. That was hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah, we're gonna actually kill her. Okay. Yeah, this is funny. It's not funny, but it's kind of funny. So, I would just back out for the sake of time, but I kind of want the points. I'm kind of greedy now. Wait, thanks, Guinevere. That did nothing. Hit her again. There we go. Hit her again. Ah, she healed up. Okay, so that heal up, that was from her trinket set. Any day now? Oh, great. Now we gotta go. Oh. Boom. Okay, there we go. We're done. So Iweret is, I promise, Iweret is actually... Oh yeah, it's reset. I dropped down to Master 2. Iweret is really, really good for PvP. I swear. I swear. Especially once you got like your series up there more. You see, look at this guy right here. Big old beefy C10 fire Iweret. You want to see me die? Okay, let's just do this. Let's let the enemy show off the Iweret. Alright, who's gonna have it faster? It doesn't have that fast. It's only a C5 series. I have a chance. I got a chance. Kinda. So, who's the bigger target here? Let's get rid of Ain. Anya. Oh, I'm faster. Wham, and... Oh, yeah, okay. See, that's why I like my Anya more. 2-turn nuke. Not even. Kind of a 1-turn nuke. I didn't even get to show off that Iweret. You know, that was a big beefy C10 Iweret that just died. Okay, but I promise she is decent for PvP. I just did a piss poor job of showing her off. Okay. I'm not going to show this video because I just put up a couple videos on this dungeon. But this is the Stage 10 team featuring Flame or Fire Iweret. Why? Because Morgan's going to put all the defense down. Iweret's going to come behind us and nuke them all down. This dungeon was tailor-made for Iweret, which is why I'm assuming they gave you the Fire Relic during the event dungeon as well. So Iweret is perfect there. Iweret is perfect here. Now, let's just show this off. Let me show you what's going on here, though. You see, though, for this dungeon, I am doing the C2 or the S2 and the S1. So this is a wind dungeon, which means fire is strong against wind. Now, I used to bring Bedivere in this place, but Bedivere is ice, and as such, took more damage. You know, couldn't do a lot of damage. There was the penalty. You kind of want an all fire team. So first of all, let's get off of the speed PvP set, and let's not spend my stamina. And let's show you guys what this kind of looks like. So, of course, the first wave is AoE, right? So, let's just use the AoE. Let's just use it so I can show you guys how it hits. So, you see all the mark, and there's some defense down. And then Iweret's going to come along and wham! And follow up. And, oh, and killed them all. Killed them all. Okay. Now let's switch just to the S2. Remember, the S2 on the fire is going to give her the crit damage and the crit rate up, which is also going to overcap me for 1 or 2 or for 2 turns. But the S2 is a single target, multi-hit, and it hits hard against wind. Watch this. Boom, boom. Okay. That actually wasn't that impressive. I don't know what happened there. It used to look a lot more impressive. Yeah, that's better. You know, big old chunky damage. So now, you see where it has all the buffs? Now watch this hit. Here it comes, and do it. Boom, boom. Much better. It's about 25% health each hit. We're not going to continue on with this because you guys don't need to see it. It just looks exactly the same as that. But Iweret. Fire is great for that dungeon as well. So, Bedivere who? Bedivere who? Origin of Apolia. I am not, because this is a ice dungeon. If you had the wind relic, I don't know if it's still better. I kind of like Bedivere better here because it's a single target. But for Nest, you can definitely, like this, I think Iweret was tailor-made for Nest. So let's do something like this. Let's get rid of those two. And I'm doing Betty because it's just faster for me right now. But let's do, is Sigrun a boss in here? Yes, she is. Let's go Sigrun, and then let's go Frost, because this is a fire dragon, right? So now we're going to show off the mark ability. So, yep. Well, we don't want to be doing that. S3. Do we want to run S2? That gives us the crit damage. Ooh, we really want to be doing that S3, though. So let's do this. So start, target boss. So if you remember how this works, we're going to put all the marks on there. And the marks are going to flip the boss's buffs to their negative. Which this fight is really, when it comes down to it, about controlling the buffs. Especially the evasion buff and whatever, all the other good stuff she gives. So there we go. I'll wear it, you know, damage dealer. Sigrun is in her poop stance. And now we're dead. Okay. So let's see how this goes. I've never really run a marked team on this dungeon. So you see that the boss already has marks. And remember that Iweret's going to hit harder into mark. If in the ice relic specifically they have to have 3 or more, and you see they already don't. So the boss does not have the evasion buff yet, and now he does. Now he does. Iweret doing okay damage, nothing crazy. This comp is gonna work. But I'm really not doing a good job showing off Iweret. Boom. Okay, so now the boss has no buffs. And see there, now we're chunking away. Now we're chunking that damage away. Hit him again. Oh, but now the boss has evasion up, attack speed up. But then Sigrun just went and stripped some turn meter. There we go. That was a big, nice hit. See that? Okay. Merely an inconvenience. And there's the follow-up hit. Sigrun comes in there with a little love tap, and then the boss falls over. Bye-bye, chicken. Bye-bye, chicken. Let's see the battle stats. Okay. My Bedivere team is still better, though. Still better. Keep in mind, though, the low chivalries of my Iweret. Just for reference, you know, this is going to be quick. Actually, we're not going to do it, but this team can finish it in, like, under a minute, right? Because Bedivere Frost, he just comes in, he just nukes them down in, like, almost one turn. I show that off in my Yaskelheg video. So, Iweret is good in... You can... I have run him in, or her, in this dungeon. I've tried it. I've put Merlin lead because he gets the lead, and I've stuck in Iweret in there in fire, single target using the S2, and it just takes longer. And that's probably a factor of the fact that my Bedivere is C10 and Iweret's still so low in the Chivalries. But Iweret can be used here. She can. And then, of course, everywhere in Forbidden Dungeon, you're going to use her. You can use her in these. That's going to work. Basically, Iweret is another Bedivere. Another Bedivere, right? If you missed Bedivere on the Bedivere banner and you got Iweret, you're okay. You're golden. You're set. And then, of course, in Clan Raid, I'm not going to click on these because then you're going to see, but I think I can go like this. And if you see, Iweret is the bonus hero. So, obviously, Iweret, you kind of need them to get the most points in level 30 Yaskelhaig in Clan Raid. Okay? Where's my guild sitting at? Still in second. Okay. Still in second. That's fine. I'll take second. So, I think we're going to wrap it up there. Is there anywhere else? Am I forgetting something? You can use her in story, of course. Just another damage dealer. Nest, yes. Fortress, yes. Porridge, yes. So, pretty much all of the equipment dungeons minus Apulia. Frozen. You could, I guess, in the Ice Relic Frozen Plain, you could. So, let me think. So, already, whoa, that's not Frozen Plain. That's Plain of Beasts. Probably wouldn't use Plain of Beasts. So, I wear it here. How would I do this? I would probably run Iweret in Frost, just like Bedivere. And then, if you had Frost Nika, yeah, if you had Fire Nika, she probably would still survive, but that might not be that fun. Plus, then if you had Frost Nika in here, then she would give the buff, the Pierce and stuff, which is really good. Pierce is really good in this dungeon. Let's just run it. Let's just run it. Let's just play around with it. Let's try it for a little bit. So we're gonna do this one, and then we're gonna do Nika, but Nika's fire, but we're gonna try it anyway. All right, so you're gonna want to do the S3. Okay, again, I don't think I'm going to have the vigor for this, though. All right, let's start. Let's try one. Let's just see how it goes. I want to get a feel for the hits as they come in. So, we'll get that defense down. Right, now we got the Pierce times 2. So, let's see what this hit kind of looks like. Let's just put the mouse right there. That's not bad. That's not bad. It's like 20% of Aldri's damage bar just gone. Now, of course, he's going to pick on Nika because she's fire, but Nika's a thick little girl, isn't she? She can take it. So there's the crit damage and the crit rate buffs. Now, what I'm concerned about is I am not going to have the vigor charge to actually use it. Let's see. Am I, now that I'm loaded up with, let's just put this right here. Oh yeah, she did the big hit. Not bad, nothing crazy. That was about 15% of the health bar. So this team might actually be, oh yeah, no, the decent damage even under 50%. So I guess Iweret is very, very usable. This is a full Serpent team in Aldri 10. Oh, now the bear's crying. Boom, boom, boom. Like, that's it. If you compare, since the defense is so high, under 50%, or the damage taken is scales off of damage lost, or I think the defense scales off of damage lost, we're still chunking away a pretty good amount of damage. Ooh, oh, ow, ow. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. I think my Betty team is still faster, but that was decent hits. Hit him again. Yeah, no, that was a really nice hit. Okay, I would say that Iweret is a definite equal replacement, if not better, once Chivalried up for Aldry. So what was the time here? 6 minutes. So it was really 2 minutes because we were running at 3 times speed. Now look at that. Betty's a little bit faster. Little bit faster, but I bet you if Iweret was Chivalry up, we would beat that time. We would beat that time. Now, again, so keep in mind this was prior to the clock changes, because I know you're just probably screaming at the screen. Oh no, 6 minute. How is the 6 minute one? How can you make an equivalency to one that's 1 minute 27 seconds? Okay, if I was to do this now with the same team, it would be 4 minutes and 30 seconds. So Betty's faster by about. Wait, no, that'd be slower. No, it'd be faster. 4 minutes and 30 seconds. So the Betty team is faster by about 30 seconds when you account for the clock conversion. So as it stands right now, the Iweret team is almost as good as the Betty team, and the team would only get better with higher level Chivalries on Nika and higher level Chivalries on Iweret. Okay, we're going to wrap this up there because I've been talking for 41 minutes. This is a deep dive. They're made to be long videos. But yeah, it's a testament to how widespread you can use this hero. So it took me forever. What was that, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes of me just showing her off in PvP, freaking every dungeon under the sun. She's almost a catch-all damage dealer. There are caveats, though. Serpent, obviously going to be much better paired with Nika. Going to be much better paired with like a Ceres and a Morgan. Like, that's kind of the ideal team. Well, PvP-wise, Ceres, Morgan, Nika, Iweret. Outside of PvP, you're really looking at like Nika, Morgan, Iweret, and then maybe a Sigrun or somebody else, right? So Iweret, I think in my tier list, she is now in the triple S category, top of the list. I do believe I have her ahead of Bedivere now because she's used in more places. That is also a factor of the relics. All of her relics are good, whereas Bedivere, really, it's only the Frost relic that's good. So we're going to, on that note, we are going to wrap this video up. Given the breadth that you can use her, the code word of the day is going to be multipass, right? Again, name that reference. Multipass. Put that down in the comment section below. I'll know you made it to the end of this video. Oh, look at my puppy's coming for some... Oh, you can't see her. Oh, she went over to her bed. She skipped me. She hates me. You hate me? Oh, now she's probably going to come for a pet. Anyway, multipass. Put it down in the comment section below. I hope this was informative. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, this was a long video. Put them down in the comment section. I'll talk to you, or the link for my Discord is in the description as well. You can come and ask me any questions there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, cheers, peace, bye-bye. Whoa, I screwed it up again. God damn it, Dylar.